piss.
Yeah, the piss turned to a poop. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn, how's your dick, bro?
It's all right, dude. It's all right. I realized what was going on early enough to where I could turn around and actually sit and take a dick. Fucking. The sad part is I'm recording right now, so.
So this is Kyle.
Yeah, that's me, guys. How you doing?
You're not doing the video chat.
Are we actually doing the video chat?
Oh,
Bro, I'm fucking rough, man. I'm looking rough today. Look, if you want to look upon this rough mug, that's fine. But the audience, I'm not going to subject them to that. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
What's the name of our podcast?
That's a thing. I didn't know what to call it. I you know me, dude. You know me and with the channel. How many videos out there are just literally puns? You know what I mean? And I couldn't come up with a simple fucking name. I feel like a failure. So I was hoping you could, help me out.
Retrograde real life,
That's kind of, I don't like that.
Damn it, I keep dude, we do real life stuff, and when we went to Silent Hill, you couldn't call that Retrograde real life. You can't call the podcast.
What did I call that anyway? I don't even remember. Oh, it just called it Retrograde Reunion Road Trip. I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah, but man, if we make a thing out of it, we can't name them all reunion. We gotta
That's true. I feel like we could find something for that. More like paranormal or fucking, I don't know. We'll cross that paranormal fucking, yeah. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I feel like the podcast could be its own thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, I was thinking I was like Retrograde Podcast, Retrocast, and I was literally just running through that, and I'm like, maybe it doesn't have to involve our name so much. I mean,
Retropod Gradecast.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be a mouthful to say whenever. Hey, everybody, welcome to Retro Podcast. I see I already fucked it up. Retro, what was it again?
RGP.
Retrograde
Podcast. Yeah, RGP. Just call RGP.
I guess. Welcome to the RGP. Yeah, you know what? Alex, it was right in front of my eyes the whole time, and I didn't even see it.
RGP. All right, so first episode of RGP.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle Daniels, aka the Pixel Prince, and I'm joined by my amazing friend, my beautiful lover, and special co-host / co-owner of the channel. That's your line.
That's me. That's your line. I started talking. Anyway, yeah, I am Alex Ayers. There's a couple extra, middle names to that, but you just call me Alex Ayers. Yeah, more commonly known as Chad Sasson, co-host, co-owner, co-best friend of Retrograde.
Co-best friend. Who's the?
Right. I don't know who the other one is. Shut up. Anyway,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we wanted to use this podcast to kind of shed more light on who we are, what we do, how we met, how all this began.
Yes.
And try to jam pack this. So what do you want to start with? You want to start with who we are, or you want? Yeah, we'll start with who we are.
Yeah.
You first.
Nah, you got the stage right now, dude. It's all you.
All right. So
who the fuck? Sorry, that's my alarm. All right, I'm not sleeping anymore. Go for it.
Okay. All right. God damn it. All right. So I'm Alex. Yeah, I'm a gamer, comic book, movie nerd. I'm a junkie for all that shit. I love it to death. Yes, I rage from time to time. Because Kyle here fucking loves it, so he likes to entice me with games that make me angry.
You can't see me, but I'm doing that little thing where my fingertips touch rapidly.
Yeah, no, I like to think I'm a generally chill dude, but let's go into a little more specific. So I grew up on a farm, like on a mountain, which is a fairly unique situation. It kept me away from like a lot of population. I mean, I had friends growing up, but like it was very like small groups, which is not at all bad. Like, I mean, friends are friends, and I love those guys to death, and they're just amazing people. It's just, I didn't have like a lot of, ways to travel because I live, 15 minutes away from most people. And being young, I didn't have a car. So, and you can't ask your parents to drive you all the time. So I spent a lot of time playing games, and being on a farm on a mountain. Internet wasn't really the best. I lived with dial up until middle school, and then after that, it was like satellite internet, which wasn't any better. I mean, it was better, but still, like the data caps were like a gig a day,
Mm-mm.
which was
Nope.
pretty rough. So I played a lot of single player games, got a huge foundation. I started with Nintendo 64, went back to NES, then SNES, then GameCube, then PlayStation 2, PS3, then 360 eventually. And the only time I ever really played Xbox was mainly for either Fable or Halo. I watched a ton of movies growing up. I have a huge recollection of movies. That's just an unhealthy amount of movies that I have seen in my lifetime. I had a ton of cartoons, ton of anime. I love anime. Love cartoons. I didn't really like fully delve deep into comic books until like after I met Kyle, because for the most part I skimmed around. I was big into superhero movies and superhero cartoons, but I only knew lore through that stuff. I didn't really delve deep into comics, like I said, until Kyle. And I don't know if there's much else to talk about me. Like, I play drums. I've been playing drums for a very long time.
They're very loud.
Yes,
but
yeah,
but really decent. Like I
but
can imagine like you don't do it like every day, but like you still retain the
yeah,
yeah.
I'm currently living in an apartment situation, so I actually sold my drum set recently.
Cries.
Um, yeah, it sucks, but I do have plans on getting
Aren't you
an
gonna do?
electric kit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're talking about the electric
They
kit.
they have they've made like some really nice advancements on electric kits, so they don't all feel like that rock band drum set. They're just horrible to play like actual music on. They're really bad. But no, they have really nice ones now that I plan on getting. I'm a big metal head, but there isn't really a genre that I don't listen to, except for
Country.
mariachi music. I there's some country I listen to. I listen to dark country. I don't listen to your, modern country that
Mm, dark country. What?
like
I didn't know
Johnny
that was.
Cash.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay,
country. It's country without the country twang in their
right,
voice.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Um.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 24 years of age, about to be 25 here soon. Getting old. Like college graduate, current designer for Huntington Ingalls Industry, and content provider for all you guys. Get paid for it, but I just love doing it.
Yeah.
I
One
think that
one day.
I think that covers me mostly. Is there anything I miss, Kyle? Like anything?
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, you know me.
there's a lot to any
There's a
person.
lot.
That's
There's a
yeah,
lot
but
for
I
any
think
person, but I'm just trying to get like a general
I
atmosphere
mean,
of
yeah,
like interests and a little bit of just a slight brief history
yeah.
of me.
You spoke about your nerdum,
You know,
which is awesome. Spoke about early life, I guess.
yeah.
Where you grew up and stuff like that. I feel like
I'm
that.
not going. I'm not going into specifics of where
Yeah,
I grew up. Like I'm not
yeah,
telling my home.
yeah,
But
exactly. Like, yes, I grew up in this coordinate. Find the place, I dare you. Like, no, I get you, man. But yeah, no, I think you generally covered like a wide area of anything. Not like we can't, backtrack if need be. We have the power. Okay, we have the power of editing God and anime on our side. So I'm not too
oh
keen on
yeah,
the last power, anime and all. But I do believe that it is powerful in this sense. So yeah.
All right, so pass it to you, Kyle.
I have the torch. It's your boy. Well, y'all already know my name, Kyle Daniels. I grew up in a small country town that is, I mean, they already know where I grew up if they watch that one.
He calls it country. I've been there. It's really not as country as my area. You've been to my area.
I mean, yeah, I think it's country on just the standard of living. Like, it's literally just like, I grew up differently than a lot of the kids I went to school around. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up in like neighborhoods and cul-de-sacs and shit, and they grew up like literally in the sticks. Like, their parents owned livestock because livestock is a huge thing there, and horses are a huge thing. If y'all are still trying to guess, it's Ocala, because I already said it in the one video where we talked about A Day to Remember, and they completely shit on that town. And I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
So
Right. So yeah, no, that's where I grew up. I just wanted to get away from there, which is why I'm here now. But my interests, I'm very much the same like Alex. Huge nerd, love video games, love comic books, I don't like anime. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like anime. And I'm not
like Dragon Ball Z. Don't let them lie to you.
I like the style. Like, there's anime and manga that I watch, like that I've watched in the past or read, and I like those, but I kind of just don't waver from that. I'm like, I've ingested enough in my life. I'm good. Everybody's like, oh man, the new Demon Slayer movie, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Hey, Demon Slayer is fantastic.
I've heard good things. I'm not willing to.
I just try to avoid the hype,
Yeah. I think that's what kills a lot of that for me too, is like fandoms where it's like just people go so hard in the paint for it. They buy like all the merchandise. They're just over the top about it. I can't match that. You know what I mean? I can't match that amount of fandom.
We all have our own fandom that we delve deep into. I mean,
yeah,
we buy like comics and like figurines for video games and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm talking more about like the and I don't know if this applies to every anime, but definitely with the fandom that's like Undertale, where like people will be like, yep, I'm dating Sans. I'm like, you need to calm down. It's time to reel it back in here real quick and figure out what we're doing with our life, because
that's too far.
Right, those things are a little too much, and I can't handle
when
those.
You pick out a waifu, I'm like, stop.
I'm like, listen, you don't have to go that far. You could be like, yeah, that character would be attractive if they were real.
We're not shaming you either.
Oh, I am, absolutely, I am.
I won't shame you for that. Like,
you like your own things.
Your thing is your thing.
That is true. Just
as long as it's legal.
Yeah, just don't like kidnap somebody and then dress them up like your favorite character and be like, "You are mine now." Then it gets a little
Moon, shut up.
I took your skin. You are my Sans. It's just like, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that, people. That's messed up. So yeah, I grew up in that town. I don't know how we got on that subject from that, but I like that. Unfortunately, with comic books, that was also a much later thing for me too, because my hometown only had a Books A Million, so we didn't have any like official comic shop. So I didn't start reading comics until late high school. I also didn't have internet until late high school. I generally would bum it off my neighbors that had no Wi-Fi password in certain neighborhoods. Don't tell, the federal government or anything. I don't know if that's an illegal act of crime, stealing somebody's Wi-Fi.
They didn't lock it. They were.
That is true. That is true. So
I didn't. My closest neighbor was a mile away, so I couldn't even do
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. So eventually, like, I've always had a huge interest, but I've never wanted to be tied down by one thing. So I like doing a lot of stuff. As many of you might have seen on like the channel, I do the art / the editing. That's generally out of like necessity, because I was like, well, one of us has to do it. And I had like, Alex had classes by the time, or was still dealing with school, and at this point I wasn't, because I actually originally came to SCAD, which is the school we were going to study video game design.
Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yes, it is not SCAB. That joke has been overdone, and it is not funny. No. Before you do it, because I know one of you out there's going, he said SCAB. But yeah, no, it's.
But yeah, that's where we met. But we'll cover that later.
Yeah, and yeah, so I was going to school, and then like I had a really rough quarter, and they took away my funding essentially. And believe it or not, and I hate to admit it, but it was over a math class, and it was the worst math class I think I've ever had in my life. And normally I'm really good. Like it was algebra too, and I like kicked algebra's ass when I was in high school. So it was really weird seeing like just this class completely decimate me. And to be fair, it was like a hybrid class, but that's part of the reason why I wasn't able to continue going to SCAD was because my GPA dipped below a certain average, and they took away everything, like all the funding that I could have gotten from loans or anything like that. And so I was like, well, I'm not going back home. So I decided to stay in Savannah with my now girlfriend, who is about to graduate herself. And then, yeah, I was just gonna keep pursuing a life in art. That's around the time when Alex and I
He is
started the channel.
also often featured in our channel. You may notice her.
Yeah, she's in like the Evil Within playthrough. She was in the car during the live action skit. I don't know
Yeah,
if she's.
she drove our asses around
Yeah,
because we didn't want to drive.
yeah. One of us had to manage the. Listen, we can't be entertainers and drive. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
We're not getting
no,
into that controversy. That's not happening.
we don't have GoPros.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. We don't have them strapped to our forehead at all times. Although that would be really cool. Maybe have a little reality show. I don't know. I feel like that would be a funny little thing to do when we're
We
at.
discussed it. We discussed it a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We did. We're gonna have it like Jersey Shore, where Alex is gonna get like really, really tan. He's just gonna like put on like fake tan. He's gonna be, what's going on? We got a situation in here. No, but
I think it's also important to note
mhm.
because Kyle doesn't like to talk himself up at all, so I will do it for him. This
Oh,
man
God.
here never he is still to this day pursuing that dream of being a game developer. Like
I am.
he is, we plan on doing side projects. He's already working on side projects left and right, outside of the channel, outside of work. Like this man is not a quitter. It's very important to note that he is not a quitter.
I am a spitter,
Like-
but not a quitter, guys. Okay.
Spitters and quitters, Kyle.
Okay. Well, fuck. Damn it.
Stop contradicting me.
I'm gonna stop you right there, bud.
So yeah, no, he like even after that shit show that SCAD gave him, which is also very common with that college. There's a lot of beef that a lot of people have with that school, including me. That he still, yeah, he was down for like maybe a week, but he still kept progressing. He said, "Fuck that." He's gonna keep pushing. That's just like a little bit of what Kyle is.
Yeah, no. And I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel for a while, but not to like, shit on some of my other friends in life, but part of the reason why I never did it was because I never really had anybody to do it with, especially in my hometown, because for some reason everybody was just content doing like nothing all the time. And so whenever I mentioned the idea to some of like my good friends, you know what I mean? They all just were like, "Why?" Like none of them were like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it." It was all just like, "Why? Why do it?" I'm like, "Cause why not?" You know what I mean? Like, would it really hurt? I mean, most likely they wouldn't have been doing anything anyway. It would have just literally been for company. And yeah, they all just turned it down. So when Alex was like, "Dude, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it," I was like, "Hell yeah!"
I was so hyped because dude, as soon as I got internet, I was frantically just watching YouTube nonstop. I started out with Rooster Teeth, obsessively watching them, and they just went downhill, like real bad. We're not going to get into the specifics of that.
Well, they're an older channel too, right? So.
And then I discovered Markiplier and PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye. You know, the three most popular gaming channels on YouTube. I discovered them by myself. Yes. And fell in love with YouTube. So when Kyle told me he wanted to do a YouTube channel, I'm like, I am so down. I'm so very down for that.
Yeah. And I wanted this to be kind of like a collection of like a place where we actually have just multiple things instead of it just being a Let's Play channel. Because
yeah, we try to do a lot because there's so much we want to do. We don't want to limit ourselves to anything. Like if you scroll through our channel, you'll see that we have just the most random collection of games, like random as hell. We don't really get much into competitive. Like we play Siege every now and again, but for the most part, we we want it to be a channel where we played what we wanted to play. We weren't playing what was popular. We want to play what looks like fun or what doesn't look like fun. Like, I don't know, the game that we always talked about playing but never played yet, Alien Colonial Marines, one of the worst rated games of all time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we want to go through like some horrible games.
Yeah, I had like a
Like
whole
our
roadmap for
first
that.
game.
Just all the bad games and everything.
And our first game we put on the channel, the first game we played, Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that game.
That one still gives me
Dude, that shit still makes me angry. That
yeah.
game is so infuriating. It's not at all. Oof.
I mean, we beat it though. So,
We
yeah,
beat
man.
it. Bandage Girl levels doesn't count. That's
Yeah, that's not main game. That's stupid.
real.
That's some bullshit. But yeah, no. So that's pretty much, how we started the channel. More about my background, I guess, is just I want to do more than just be a video game designer. For some reason, I don't know why, but the universe is telling me like, Kyle, don't do video games. Just don't do it. Like every chance or every opportunity that there is to work on a game, it just gets squashed like immediately. And I'm so sick
Yeah.
of trying to live by industry standards and how
Yeah.
most of the artists, especially pixel artists, literally, not to say like pixel art is hard to pick up or learn or anything, but it's like the criteria for entry level jobs in any pixel art is like impossible because there's so many, for one. For two, you have to really know people.
There's no guarantee in keeping it too.
Exactly, because you get in, you'll work for like a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, because they're generally shorter projects, and then boom, you're off. You know what I mean? It's it. So I don't know.
The game industry is a very, very, very cutthroat industry. Like that's part of the reason. Yes, I have a game design degree, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm done with the game industry because I hate how they're running things. It used to not be like that, but understandably, as like things get bigger, things get cooperated, and they need to maintain a certain level. But it's just the way they handled it is just unacceptable in my case. So
yeah, absolutely, and that's why I think indie is the way at this point. But the problem with that is that the one thing that you need most out of any game, and I do mean this like literally, and I don't care if anybody wants to fight me on this, whether it's like if you have a good game idea, it doesn't matter. You need ads. You have to have some kind of marketing. Like most people would put a lot of money in marketing.
Investment.
And I'm like, listen, if we can get a lot of people out of YouTube at the very least, like people who see our stuff on here and can actually like recognize a face to be able to be like, hey, I know who they are, and then kind of share stuff. That would definitely help push any project that I decide to do in the future way up there in anybody's view, So I feel like I thought that YouTube wasn't only just a place.
Advertisement you can do, which could be free, could cost you money. It really depends how you approach it. A YouTuber plays your game.
Yeah, that is true.
You get a YouTuber, that's free advertisement. Whether they like it or hate it, people will see it and they'll just be like, man, kind of want to play that.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that would be like the best way of kind of marketing anything that I produce in the future. Maybe even if it's not a video game. And that's what I meant to say is like, I want to make video games, but I also have an idea for a comic book that I'm working on right now. I want to do animations for the channel. I have so many ideas. Some that my good friend Alex here is going to be helping me on. I won't spoil anything. I won't say anything right now about that animation.
We got some fun stuff planned for everyone.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Plus I get to work with my boy. I mean,
Let's actually segue with that and
sure.
actually talk about how we met.
Okay.
So I can go first.
Sure.
Because I feel like we have different perspectives on how we actually
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't even know if you really knew who I was when we first officially met.
When we first met, I had no clue who he was. Like, we were in first year experience together, our first class at college.
Oh, God.
And that class is stupid, waste of time.
Absolutely.
They don't charge you for it, though.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's good.
Yeah. You just have to have it for credits or whatever. So I was actually there with my buddy Desmond, who I first met trying to like find this class because we had to go to the library. And the thing about SCAD is the entire college is spread throughout the entire city of Savannah, Georgia, which is really, really frustrating. And we we were just in that class together. Kyle sat behind me, and I talked to nobody but Dez in that class. Like I didn't know who else to talk to. Everybody was either quiet or they were just talkative to the point to that I didn't want to talk to them at all. And then later down the road, like a quarter or two later, I think it was like 2 quarters later,
Yeah.
we were in art history together.
Hated that class too.
Yeah, all art histories are horrible.
Mhm.
So I talked to Dez. Talked to me. He's like, "Yo, I think that's Kyle." I'm like, "Who?" "Yeah, he was in FIE with us. Who? So yeah, Dez went over and talked to him, and I just kind of joined in, and we hit it off. And yeah, Kyle was just, really cool dude. We started talking about games. So like, no shit, I played that. Nobody's played that game. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Kyle eventually, like, this is what won me over with Kyle. So he invited me to a French toast party,
Oh God.
which was a very interesting concept. And yeah, there's a blast from the past right there for you, Kyle.
Dude, I completely forgot that's what our first time actually hanging out. Holy shit. Yeah.
It was, and so my experience with this was, it was great. So I walked in. He actually lived pretty close to the hall, the dorm that I was staying at that time.
Literally right across the street.
Yeah. So I went in and I saw the rules on the board, and that was when I knew, I'm like, this guy is pretty fucking cool. First rule was no syrup. No syrup. I remember this clearly.
And you didn't need it either. I'm gonna be honest. Like Dan made some. Yeah, Dan made some bomb ass French toast.
But of course, I had to be an asshole and be like, "Yo, so I brought some syrup. I hope that's cool." And then the second rule was don't mention Sonic 06. I'm like, dude. I'm like, shit, yeah.
God damn, you remember the rules better than I do, and I lived in the same house with those fucking rules. Jesus Christ.
This is when I really thought that we were gonna be like huge friends. So yeah, it's kind of edged in my memory, man.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And yeah, dude, we hung out, we partied. This was back before we really knew each other. And yeah, it was weird to mix alcohol with French toast, by the way. Like my stomach felt really twisty.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But, and that was the thing. We didn't even have like alcohol at the party. We literally just had like
Reds.
Right. We just had like drinks and stuff.
That was back when we drank Reds. Reds was horrible.
I did miss the blueberry flavor. So good. So good. It was good.
Loved the blueberry.
Yeah, I thought the blueberry flavor was pretty
good. Regular apple. But yeah, no. Kyle had like this. I don't know. I think you still have it. The big ass Godzilla toy.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul was in love with that fucking toy, dude. Paul was like, I'm going to draw you like one of my French women. Paul, for those of you who don't know, explain who Paul is.
Was my first roommate, one of my first roommates. The other one, he dropped out. He's a complete and total ass. There's always one. But this motherfucker would bring a sketchbook everywhere he went.
Everywhere.
Draw everything.
That is not an exaggeration.
And I mean, no, literally everywhere. Like, he was never without his little satchel with a sketchbook and about 30 pencils.
We went to the fucking gun range and he started sketching guns, dude.
Every gun. And I'm a bit of a gun nut. So I could pick out what model, what weapon he drew. Like it just wasn't, gun A, gun B. That's a 1911, that's a Glock 21. Like, dude, like, Paul, what are you doing?
Yeah, Paul's a really great artist. Like he sketched a couple ideas for my video game characters concept. I'll post them up on on the screen for people to see what they kind of look like. But yeah, no, he's a great artist. I'll even post a link to his social media.
He's a super cool dude.
Yeah,
very nice dude.
Absolutely,
super nice. Paul, if you're watching this, I miss you, man.
We love you, Paul. I hope you're safe and okay, because I don't know anybody that's spoken. Like you said, even Sean hasn't spoken to him in a while, right? And they were working on something together.
Yeah, it's just been a while.
Yeah, hopefully he's good wherever he's at.
But yeah, that was the event that like really got me to like, I need to hang out with this guy more. And then we really started hanging out and playing games left and right.
back before we had the YouTube, we played through the
Yeah.
original Amnesia, Outlast 1, 2, Whistleblower, fucking
We played like old school NES games and shit.
Yeah.
I broke Kyle's couch.
we broke my couch, and actually it was Outlast 2. It was me, Alex, and Kylie all on the same couch, and we all got scared at the same exact time. And I don't jump normally.
Snap the leg.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't jump.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like that game shocked me.
Mm-hmm.
We fucking broke that couch. I'm like, shit.
And then I had to explain to Dan. I'm like, yo, so I'm sorry to tell you this, but this awesome couch that you love so much has just been broken. And Dan took it like a champ. You know what I mean? He was like, huh, really? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And he tried doing some engineering to like fix the wood, and it just didn't work.
Dan used to be really cool.
Yeah.
But we won't
go into the drama that goes into all that, but yeah.
I don't like to bash people online.
No, it's good. It's not like his internet persona is at risk. And plus, we didn't use any last names. You know, nobody knows who he is. That's okay. But yeah, no, I mean,
that was my perspective when meeting Kyle.
My perspective might be a little different, obviously, considering I'm having very hard time. I don't think my memory is the best. Not for lack of like, hey, that wasn't really important to me. But I mean, during that party, I wasn't really hanging out with you. I was more I was in the kitchen more and kind of like running around and making.
Oh, you were all over the place.
Making potato.
You were keeping guests happy.
Yeah, dude, that was the biggest party we ever had. We had about like in that one night, by the way.
Second French toast party that you had that I went to. Paul bought a bunch of high C,
and then some bitch,
and then these 3 bitches.
Yeah, came in. We didn't even know. I didn't even know who the fuck she was. I was like,
it was a friend of Dan's.
Came in and stole it, all of it,
and just stole.
Yeah,
all of it. I'm like, well, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
from Paul.
Yeah, and the funny thing was Dan like got onto the girl. Like he got onto the one girl, not the girl who stole, but the girl who's the friend of the friend, and then she got mad at him saying he was being racist. Because the other girl was black and he was white, so there was like a whole debacle with that too. And Dan had to drop a whole nother friend, so that was fun. But he wound up buying.
They literally took first of all, who the hell steals high C?
I was gonna say
that's just like $5.
Right? It's like, are you that thirsty, bitch? Like, what the fuck? You're a college student. Chill the fuck out. Like,
all you did was ruin not even ruin, slightly ruin some
Yeah, he tainted that night. We know who you are. I don't actually know who you are, but we know.
I remember your face.
I actually don't. So that's okay. It's whatever. Yeah, but yeah, through that one night, we had about.
They were also the loudest ones.
They really were, and they took control of they took control of the TV after people stopped playing games on the main TV and just started blasting like random rap music videos that I didn't even like. Literally nobody knew. There was a couple songs that I knew, but I was like, what? I was like, weren't there supposed to be games on this TV? Because we had like 3 TVs set up in the house, playing games.
This was a nerd party. We would drink, we would hang out.
Mm-hmm.
People were there that have never played games before. Were there to be introduced to yo. So this is a fighting game called Street Fighter. Don't play Kylie. She's a dick.
No, that's Kylie in Tekken. Don't play my girlfriend in Tekken. She's a button masher, and worst of all, she uses Eddie.
Button masher.
She uses Eddie. Don't fuck with her, man. She knows the old triangle circle combo. That's all I gotta say.
I really should just start practicing that game just to put her in her place.
Well, don't see when I would do it, she would get really pissed. Like she would be like, "Ha, I'm better at you than Tekken." And then when I would actually start whooping her ass like in a row, she got really mad.
She gets angry.
Yeah, she really does. And I was like, "Girl, calm down." But then here's the funny thing too, because she played my best friend Cody, and I'm sorry, Cody. Well, never mind. Cody is one of my like. No offense to you, Cody. I love you, but you're like one of my non-supporting friends who doesn't ever check out the channel or watch or anything, and he won't ever hear this, so it's okay. But one time we fucking went to his house. Like we went down to Florida, and I was actually like introducing her to my hometown and stuff. And we went to his house and we were playing Tekken, and him and her played, and they were playing, and at first like Cody was whooping her ass, obviously, and then about, I don't know, 5 rounds in, she just starts on a streak and she goes for 13 wins in a row, beating his ass, and he was just left like mouth agape. And like I've pissed Cody off to the point before where he actually like raged. Like I used to be really really good at all fighting games. Like it wouldn't matter. Put any fighting game in and I would have been good at it. So the thing that set him over was Soul Calibur. This man has so many hours in Soul Calibur, and I had been playing it recently for like maybe 5 hours. Like he'd been in the character creator, he'd been practicing moves, combos, and everything. And I just kept ringing him out. Like I didn't even finish him. I was just like boop and pushed him out of the ring. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And he like threw the controller. He was like, "Fuck you, you fucking asshole!" And he ran out. He just went outside. I'm like, "Bro, this is your house. Where are you going?" And like all my friends were telling me to like let him win, and I'm like, "I'm not gonna let him win. Fuck that. I ain't no bitch." Like,
we
yeah,
friends.
yeah,
This is how we deal with
it was really weird because there was like 3 other friends because he used to have like a bachelor pad is what we called it. It was just literally a house that he owned by himself, and they were all there like watching the whole thing go down, and they're like, "Dude, you probably should have let him win." I'm like, "No, fuck that. Life was full of ass whoopings. He's got to take his like everybody else." and, and then I went out there. I spoke to him. He was chill about it. But like from that day forward to this day, and I want it to be like we have not played a fighting game with each other, and he refuses to play me in any fighting games, and I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Like after all that stuff, it's been. The only other time I think I've ever pissed anybody off when playing somebody was my friend Sean, who played a lot of Street Fighter. And I played my friend Sean, and he was like, "Dude, my Gorilla Buki could whoop your ass." And then like I think it was the 3rd round we played after like kind of going back and forth with who's winning. I perfected him in one of the matches, and he was like, "Are you fucking serious? What the fuck?" And Sean is the most chill dude ever, so I'd never heard him go like off like that. And then the next round he perfected me, and he's like, "That's for that motherfucker." I'm like, "Okay, cool. So we're even." He's like, "Yeah, dude." It's just like totally fine. And I'm like, "Oh god." But yeah, no.
Dude, talking about Sean, the Sean that I currently live with, one of my closest friends, I actually met through Kyle as well. Like my current living situation.
You met Sean through me?
Yeah, you introduced me to Sean. Yeah, you're like, "Yeah, dude, I know this other prior military guy." Oh yeah, I guess I didn't say that. Yeah, I am sort of prior military. I don't consider myself prior military. I enlisted in the U.S. Navy and was medically discharged while still in basic. So I don't consider myself prior because I didn't feel like I served. But yeah, Kyle introduced me to Sean, who was prior infantry in the army. He's been through like some shit over in Afghanistan. Like man went through some hard shit, and one of the chillest dudes you'll meet. Really fucking fun dude.
Yeah.
Sean's fantastic, super trustworthy guy.
He's a
Trust him with
nerd
my
too.
life. He's a huge nerd.
Yeah.
He loves Gundam, big time.
That was actually when I actually spoke with him the first time because we had a 3D design class. He went, like, we were sitting waiting for us to get our final review from the teacher, and we were out in the hallway. He was like, "Dude, I gotta go smoke, but let me talk about Gundam real quick." He was like, "Can I tell you about my Lord and Savior Gundam?" And he just went on like, a 30-minute like spiel about it, and I'd never watched it, so it was just kind of funny seeing him go like that in depth.
Kyle and I had our first it was like introduction to game or something like that. It was with Professor Johnson, and I remember working late as shit on our final together in Monty.
Yeah, the sleep high kicked in where we were trying to learn do some ZBrush. I think it was ZBrush.
Making ZBrush, dude. And I made a really shitty skull. Kyle made Morty.
I was proud of my Morty.
Yeah, his Morty came out really well.
Yeah, I was proud of my ZBrush Morty.
Dog shit. I hated my skull.
I would like to try to get it back into sculpting.
I made up for it, man.
Your skull looked good. I don't know. To me personally,
looked like booty. It was anatomically incorrect. It was just ass. But I made up for it later with my ZBrush skills.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like the Venom. You got to send me pictures of those so I can actually pop them on the screen so we can showcase. Showcase some of your skills too.
My art, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's like that's pretty much our origin.
Yeah, I from my point of view, you were like
Kyle came to me and talked to me about wanting to start a YouTube, and I was all in. Like, honestly, like the channel that we've made together, like honestly helped me through like a lot of shit because I would feel down, like I wouldn't feel like I'm doing good with anything, and I'm like, at least we have a YouTube channel.
Yeah. We have
At
people
least
that
that,
watch every single video. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah.
special. That's
And
something
hey,
awesome.
shout out to you guys that watch every episode. Like, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. We have people
Like,
that were like,
we're not making money off of it
no.
yet, but I gotta say, I just have fun doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah. I occasionally go back through the videos and watch them. Like there'll be times
Me
where
too.
if
Like,
I'm
it's
drawing
not
or something, it's
only
on in the
like
background.
fun, yeah. It's like it's just reliving moments, and I just laugh at the dumb shit that we
Yeah.
just
And it's funny
and
too how far we've come because you know when you start off a channel like this and you've never done any kind of like recording, we were very I'd say
yeah, we did.
awkward was the word to use here.
Yeah, but I feel like we've grown a lot more comfortable in front of the camera.
Most definitely. But by the time we were
Yeah.
in Amnesia, which was literally our second video, like we were already
Fuck.
kind of like into the swing of it
A
because
Machine for Pigs, I hated that one. It sucked. So
yeah,
much.
it started off strong and
Yeah,
it had a
like at
very
first
weak
we're like,
finish.
damn, this is creepy. This is great. And then near the end, I'm just like, you'll even hear it in the video. I'm just like, I just want this to be done.
Yeah.
I hate this game.
Hell, I even dropped my sort of review in the description of I think the final video, and it was just like, yeah, it was fun at first, and then it kind of just
Yeah.
tanked. But
A Dark Descent is still just the best.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
They did so good on that one.
yeah.
But
What's weird about that party, by the way, like I think I told you we had like over 40 people, but you omitted one of the best details of that entire party. Dan and I wanted to make sure that everybody was satisfied. You know, I made potato balls, which were amazing. Not everybody got them though
that shit
because
was good as fuck.
yeah, only
They went out fast.
it did.
though.
Like people
They
took
were
all that shit.
gone.
But one of the best things about that entire experience, and I really wish I had kept it, was the dick wall. We had a giant brown
Dude, I
paper
forgot about
that was laid out on the wall, and we were like,
Paul made a really good T-Rex on it too.
yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. We're like, Paul, that's not a dick. And he's just like, oh, and then he drew a dick, and it was amazing. But yeah, no, we were choosing a theme, and we are like, dude, what should we like? We have a fucking whole school of art kids coming into this house. Like, we have to have like an art wall so they can just draw and do shit. And he was like, I don't know. I was like, well, I mean, maybe we should just christen it. You know, everybody likes dicks, right? Or, you know, at least to draw them. So we should just do that.
Everybody likes dicks, okay?
And he's just like, wait, what? And I'm like, nothing. It's like,
yeah.
cough, cough. Anyway, so yeah, no. So initially, what we did was we had like only draw blank on this wall or something, and he drew like a little caricature of Robin from Batman because his first name is Dick. For those of you who aren't, you know, who don't know that. And so when we came in, everybody's like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "It's a dick wall. Draw dicks." And they're like, "Oh!" They started freaking out. Like we had like 4 or 5 Sharpie pens, and dude, I will tell you, the dicks that came off that wall were amazing. Okay, we had some Cubist dicks. We had Kermit the Frog, because that's what he did. Remember, he did a dinosaur, he did a T-Rex, and then he was like, I'm gonna draw Kermit with a huge fucking erect penis, and I fucking dude, I'm pretty sure I got pictures of that wall.
Dude, that shit was funny.
And if I do have them, I will post them. But my God, that wall was
Gonna have to censor the dicks.
Oh well, no, I refuse. It's art. It's art, dude. We can't censor dicks. Yeah. There was no insertion anywhere. They're just dicks, okay, everybody. You know, genital jousting, it's fine, okay.
All right.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a lot of fun. It was just a good time, honestly. And I don't even remember if I drew a dick.
Kyle even eventually threw me a birthday party at that house too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We watched Jackass. We had that giant ass pizza. Shut the fuck up, phone.
We had 2. Yeah, so there's this place in Savannah called Sweet Melissa's, and dude, the pizzas they give out, they're like, how long do you think they're more than 48 inches?
Them pizzas long, man. Them pizzas long.
Pizzas were huge. Like, they were massive.
Yeah, the circumference was like at least 2 feet, I think.
The way we transported it was so rough. Like, I was just kind of squished in the back seat, just with 2 fucking massive fucking boxes of pizza in the back of my friend's car.
Yeah,
dude, it was
it was a good time.
Man, it was a fun time.
Yeah,
we had pizza, we had Yoo-hoo, and we had beer.
A very interesting combination. Never drink Yoo-hoo with beer, though. I warn you, it's not going to be a good result. Like ever, it's never going to be a good result. Yeah, no, I like the house. The house was a lot of fun. I definitely it's not my favorite house that I've lived in.
The location wasn't great, but the times
Oh,
that were
absolutely
happening
not.
was
Like
fantastic.
first couple weeks that we were there, we heard gunshots literally like right outside our window, and I'm like, we're right across this like literally. I could not make this up. Right across the street, like 3 lanes of traffic over, I'm at the campus. And I'm like, this is very close to a SCAD campus. I'm assuming SCAD was
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh hell no, and they got that shit under control real quick because SCAD owns most of
yeah.
Savannah, so they're like, I don't care what you got to do.
Actually flew through some of the dorm windows.
Yeah, I was actually there when that happened, or not in the
Uh,
dorm, but I was like
I
at the
lived on the
house,
other side.
and I heard the gunshot that went through the window because I was at home watching TV or some shit, and I was like, oh my god, I thought we were done with gunshots. I've been here for like a year. What the fuck? Like, anyway, and it still happened. And it was just really weird. Yeah, no, I didn't really miss that house too much because it had like a lot of black mold, and I got really really sick.
Yeah, it
Like,
was. Yeah,
um,
yeah, it was a bad
yeah,
situation.
yeah. But other than that, man, house was awesome. You know, it's just a nice little place to do work and stuff like that. So, yeah, man.
Then I eventually moved to the
South side.
suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, south side, and it is quiet over there. It's nice. Like,
Yeah.
it was. Excuse me. Yeah, and that's when we started the channel. Actually, when we moved over there,
Yeah. Yeah. I was still living
we started with Kyle's mic, and I dove face first into this.
he
I'm
really
like,
did.
dude, I want this to be good. I want to have fun. I want us to have the good equipment.
Not only
Well,
that, but
now
you had like a badass computer to boot, so we were able to pretty
I
much
built that motherfucker. I
Mhm.
built my computer. I'm quite proud of this build. And I'm still using the same like recording stuff to this day, like same camera, same mic. Like,
Mhm. Yeah, I remember you stopped doing it for a little bit cuz you were waiting on your 2080 to come in, and they sent you something that wasn't a 2080 from Amazon, and you had
yeah,
to get it sent
yeah.
back.
I ordered the RTX 2080 Ti right after it came out. Um, and I got it in the mail, opened the box, and they gave me a shitty little 1060. And
Jesus.
I'm like, yeah, this is a $200 card, and I paid $1,400. I was
Yeah.
livid. I was
Oh
pissed.
yeah.
I
I
was
mean,
so fucking angry because it was in the box for the 1080 Ti
yeah.
or the 2080 Ti. So they took care of it. They were like, shit, that's a big fuck up. I'm like, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it is.
Did they wind
Fix
up
it.
like giving you back money, like giving you a full
No,
return?
they let me keep the old card, the one they gave me, because they're like, yeah, that's not right at all. I'm like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
And then I got my RTX
Oh,
2080
okay.
Ti.
So you pretty
Yeah.
much got like a $200 discount if you were able to sell that
And
somewhere.
the really fun thing is, like, my motherboard was so old
Hmm.
that when I put the new card in,
It just
it snapped
yeah.
my motherboard
What's
because the weight was
yeah,
too
it's
much.
heavy. It's a heavy card.
So we weren't recording for like a solid week because
Yeah.
I was just looking. I had to keep getting new parts just to put in here because everything was falling apart. Because when I got the new motherboard, my processor didn't fit it because it was too old, like too many old generations.
Yeah, we
Fuck.
started feeling like,
So
man,
get
maybe this
that
isn't
and-
gonna work ever. It was like there's a lot of stuff going on.
But eventually we got it figured out.
Yeah. And then of course we had the memory issue. I think that's by the way, I think that's the only reason why we
Oh,
were
yeah. So-
the Sonic didn't record was because you didn't have enough memory on the place where you were sticking the videos. After all this
Yeah.
time, I'm like, oh, that's probably what it was.
So long story short with that, I had the super smart, bright idea of playing Sonic Adventures 2.
Which
And
I
we-
wasn't already keen on because I don't really like the game, but
I love the game. I used to love it. I
like the
We
first
played
level.
that game for 4 hours.
Hmm.
We recorded it for 4 hours.
To be honest, we definitely should have stopped the recording before 4
Yeah.
hours. But
But
you
we
know,
didn't know about that, and we didn't know about that at this time.
yeah, we're like,
So
oh, it'll be fine.
we ended the recording, and at the end, we're just like,
We're waiting on it to
Alright,
like
yeah.
finalize, and it just never did. We're like,
and eventually it said file is corrupted. I'm like, I'm uninstalling this game. I'm never playing it again. I'm not doing
Yeah.
it ever again. Fuck that.
yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
But we learn. Like, that's how you learn. You make a mistake,
Yep.
you learn.
And then you
Yeah.
learn that Sonic Adventure 2 ain't that great of a game after all. You know, that's the main
No.
lesson to take from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's mainly our origins. That's who we are, how
Yeah.
we met, how we started the channel.
Yeah, pretty
and we've
much.
been doing it for 3 years, almost 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years in
Wow,
October. So
crazy.
yeah, and unfortunately, the hard part about every single year is that there has to be a compilation video. You know what I mean? Because at least that's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to do. Um, but also the fact that I haven't really posted many videos could, kind
yeah.
of, make that a harder
Sounds
thing.
like we're gonna need to make up for that.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. At some point in the future, I'd have to actually like crack down and start editing videos. It's just like I've edited over almost 150 videos, which to many people might be like, "Oh, only 150." It's like, "Yeah, but that's a lot of hours." You have to think like every video takes at least like an hour to two. So like, times all those hours by, or 150 by 2, and that doesn't even account for the compilation or all the editing that I did for like the Zelda video. Oh my god, that one. I was pretty sure I did at least like 15 to 20 hours of editing on that video alone. So, yeah, a lot of hours go into editing, and
Yeah.
I've kind of burnt myself out with
Makes
it. I was
it
almost
makes it hard to release as many videos because a
yeah.
lot of big YouTubers, they have the money to hire their own editors
Yeah, I
and
wish.
content.
I honestly wish that
Yeah,
I had enough
we're
money.
not that big
No, not at
yet.
all. Yeah, yet. And then hopefully there will
Yeah.
be one day where I drop on Twitter, be like, "Hey guys, looking for an editor," and then never answer. Cough, cough. That's a little bit of a shot fired at a couple people on there that I've applied to, but we're not going to go into that. No, we're not going to go into that. We're just gonna stay based. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I think we covered what we wanted to cover for our first
Yeah, I
podcast.
agree. I think we're over like 40
Yeah, we
minutes right
definitely added some
now.
more. Yeah.
I
See,
mean, I'm
I
okay
felt
with
like
that.
this.
That's
Yeah,
good because I don't want like the conversation to ever feel stale or like forced. I feel like if we're talking for this long, it's natural. And
but get ready for more podcasts
yeah,
because
this
we
was a
want
lot of
to.
fun. I really liked this.
This
This was
is fun.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
going back down memory lane. Hell yeah.
yeah. All
Plus,
that
I
shit that I
feel
just
like this.
forgot about. Jesus Christ, that upsets me a little bit because I know my memory's not good. But fuck, man, Jesus, forgot all about the
Uh,
rules. Just everything. Maybe it's just because I just kind of blanked out a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on around that time that was pretty personal for me, and it was a little weird. But yeah, no, I like that nostalgia trip, man. It was nice.
yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, we want this to be a more personal thing for you guys. Like we want you to understand us a little bit better.
Yeah.
Know who we are because when we're recording, we're putting ourselves out there.
Hmm.
So we want a better full understanding of who we are, what we do, why we do it. So get ready for more podcasts because this was fun and I'm definitely okay with doing it some more.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try and like hopefully advertise it with the next video that releases. Which like I'm still on a Resident Evil kick, so I'm gonna be like exclusively releasing Resident Evil videos right now,
Yeah.
and that's only because 8 is coming out. I'm a little upset that I wasn't able to get through all the games. In fact, like I didn't even get to 2. And that's like I've just been so busy with work because the schedule, there's been no time where I could take off. We have an internet limit, so I can't even stream, which is what I wanted to do for half of these games. And then, yeah, just getting the games to work and play, and then not having to hook up my PS4. It's a
But
lot.
there may be possibilities in the future where we will be streaming together in the same room again.
Mm-hmm. That's right,
Mm.
because your boy is
So, yeah.
soon to be moving, and I might be moving up. Well, it's official that I'm at least moving like up north at this point, but I'm soon to be possibly living with Alex or even in the general area, depending on like the situation that we find, and thus you can expect a lot more content where you'll actually be seeing both of our bright, beautiful faces on the same screen
Yeah.
once again.
Yeah.
Which will be
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Like I'll be I'll be really excited.
I'm honestly really excited for this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure like this is I keep saying it, but this is the year of our channel, dude. Okay, this is the year of our
Your
channel.
channel.
Okay, I said it.
Your
2020 was
channel.
the year of our channel. I fucking
But
lied. All right, I lied
2020
out of my
wasn't the
teeth.
year for anything.
Yeah,
2020 wasn't the year for anything.
2020
It
was
was
a real
bad.
kick in the nads. And the
We
worst
were
part is, it's like that was a time when everybody was staying home and people still didn't watch our fucking channel. Damn, y'all had full access to YouTube and y'all still didn't look at my shit. Damn. All right, that's cool.
Hey, it's okay.
Hey,
We
it's
forgive
okay.
you.
Yeah.
We forgive you, internet.
It's
One day
as
you'll
long
see
as you just keep doing
day
it,
one.
just I mean don't keep doing it. You know what I mean. Okay. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
before we keep this podcast going for another hour, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, y'all. This is your boy Kyle Daniels. I will see you in the next podcast.
Chad says, oh, I'm sorry, Alex. God, that's my, oh, jeez.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes I just delve into it.
Oh, the Pixel Prince. Don't have to say it like that, but, you know, I try.
Kind of fits.
It really does. All right, y'all.
I gotta be super Chad about it. Yeah, so, it's Chad's house. And,
Name's Chad. I know. Hey, you like mountains? Look at these. Oh, slaps your arms.
The sneak master. You know how it be.
These pythons. Yeah, everybody in the audience is cringing over here.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna cut it off before you guys do. All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Take it easy.